Another beautiful day here on the ranch. Another fun day here planned. Can't begin to tell you how much I love my little washing machine. Working great. Does a good job of getting the clothes clean. Problem is they don't stay clean. I still need to wash them again and again and again. But even if you spent $2,000 on a washing machine, you still have to do that. And I got this for $99 on Amazon. And the puppies are helping me, as you can see. But washing my first load. I got to drain it over there to that mesquite tree. The water comes in from that faucet. Down, around. And then I have the shutoff valve right here. So I can turn it on or off with this. And the electrical cord is kind of running through the house. The plug-in I have there. So, going to be doing this for the next little while. It's supposed to be about 75 today, so I thought it'd be a good day for doing this. It's the middle of January, and it's possible it could be the middle of March before we get weather this nice again. I don't know. So I thought, well, I better do it. Stock up on getting everything clean. So I try to do it about once a month or so. It all depends on the weather. It's got to be warm enough and sunny enough to do it, so I'm getting plenty of power on my solar panels. So that's the difference between off-grid and on-grid living. When you're running on solar panels, everything is depending on the weather. Whereas if you're plugged into the grid, you can do this stuff at midnight, no problem. It's not an option for me. So, that's life on the ranch. Good morning, everyone. Desert Horizons, AZ off-grid, unplugged cabin ranch. Almost said RV ranch. I just wanted to reiterate again, I know I keep harping on this, but why I live where I live. Go lay down, Remy. Jeez, go lay down. I can tolerate the heat much better than the cold. Quit. Go lay down. I would much rather live in a place that is warmer during the winter than cooler during the summer. And so that's why I live here, is because it's warmer during the winter. Granted, the summers get hot, but it's not unbearable. And the nice thing is when it does get hot, say even it's going to get up to 110, which it won't today. If it was going to get up to 110, it's only at 110 for maybe 2 hours. Prior to that, it would be in the 90s and then the 80s. Get up in the morning, it would be in the 70s. You know, so it's nice in the morning, and then once the sun goes down, it cools down very quick. It's not like when I grew up in Minnesota. It would get cold and stay cold all day, all 24 hours. It didn't make any difference when you wanted to go outside. You had to spend 10 or 15 minutes getting yourself all bundled up to go outside. Even if the sun was shining, it was still so cold you had to get bundled up, and I don't like that. It was a beautiful day. It's only 10 o'clock, and it looks like it's about 70 degrees. And I don't know what you can see over here, but I mean, that's what it looks like. I'm sitting outside. Jeez, It's gorgeous here today, and I'm sitting outside getting ready to drink my coffee. My second cup of the day. Sometimes I have 2 cups during the day. Good coffee out of a French press, let me tell you. If it gets a little too bitter, the next time you make it, let it stay in here a little longer. I found if I leave it in there about 10 minutes, it's as smooth as can be. I don't really like it smooth. I like to have a, not necessarily bitter, but a bite to it. And if I let it steep too long, it loses that bite. I did, I don't know if you want to call it receive bad news. But I came across some very bad news for me this morning when I was getting ready to go somewhere. That's good. Now I'm going to show you my saguaro. You should be able to see the saguaro just about in the center of the screen, way out about 600 feet away. Now watch what happens. You see the front end of a white building or whatever right there to the right side of the saguaro? Let me take you to a better view of it. Now this is right in line without the side window on the cabin. You can see it plain as can be now. Just to the right of the saguaro over there. Somebody's got a big old fifth wheel right over there. And it's one lot behind where the saguaro is, so it's about 300 feet or so past the saguaro. Anyway, there goes the neighborhood. Yep, there goes the neighborhood. There goes my beautiful unobstructed views. Oh well, que sera, sera. I knew it was going to happen. I've had 5 whole years. Here in 1 more month, it will be 5 full years of my owning this property. Actually, no. I've owned it longer than that. I bought it in October 2014, but I moved the green trailer out here in February of 2016, so it's been 5 full years since I moved the trailer out. So before that, it was just kind of a weekend retreat. And then I moved out here permanently in April of 2018. So it's been almost 3 full years of serenity, peace, bliss, contentment. Look at how beautiful it is. Like I said, it's only about 10 o'clock. And it's already 70 degrees. And this is the middle of January. That's why I live here. A little piece of heaven, paradise, nirvana, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And I did get notice I believe it was yesterday, that one of the tanks will be here this coming week, and one will be here the following week. It's getting closer. That will be the last step for my vision for this place when I first bought it. Get enough water tanks out here. I have enough propane now. I may get one more tank. I got another $25 off coupon from Ace Hardware, so I could buy another tank and get it filled up for probably about $175 with it filled. Brand new tank. I don't know if I'm going to do that this year or next year, because they're really only good for 5 years, and then you need to get them recertified, which means putting in a whole new valve or buy a new one. So that was part of the reason I waited 2.5 years to get the second one, because if they're only good for 5 years, so waited 2.5 years, got the second one, so now the first one will expire in 2.5, and then the second one will expire in 5 years. So just have to hope that I can keep buying propane and they keep shipping propane, and you just never know with the world the way it's going these days. Somebody was commenting on why I don't get a heat pump in here. Heat pumps, even the best ones, require at least 400 watts to 800 to 1,000 watts to operate, which is all fine and dandy if I was running it when the sun was shining. But I would want the heat when I first get up in the morning, which is usually 3-4 hours before the sun comes up. So during those 3-4 hours, I would drain my batteries down to almost nothing, and cut the life expectancy of the batteries in half. If you can keep them above 75%, they'll go for somewhere between 3,000 and 6,000 cycles. Cut that in half. Now we're down to 1,500 cycles to whatever. And then did it again the next day. Would that cut that 1,500 down to 750, or how does that work? And then also facing the problem is, suppose I had 3 or 4 cloudy days in a row, my batteries would never get fully charged up, and that'd really be SOL. And the cost of putting in the heat pump and replacing the batteries, as often as would be required doing it that way, I figured was about it'd be about $5,000 for 5 years worth of use. Whereas what I have now will cost 5 years worth of use, buying the propane and buying the heater, maybe, what I figure, $1,200 less than. So it's like people that recommend that I put in a well around here. It's like, yeah, I could put in a well. Guaranteed it'd be a minimum $15,000 to put that in. Whereas if I was going to buy water every year for, it would take me a long time to burn up $15,000 worth of having the water trucked out here. It's $150 a year, so it'd be $1,500 for 10 years. So to get to $15,000, it'd be close to 100 years of having the water hauled out here before it wouldn't make sense. I'm not planning on being here for 100 years. I'll be lucky if I get another 10. I may get more than that, but I figure I'll be lucky if I get 10 more years. The main thing I want to live for now is to see man land on Mars. That's it. Everything else has been done and accomplished, and I've seen, or I'm not gonna see. Like I'd love to go see the pyramids of Egypt. I'm not gonna go over to Egypt just to look at the pyramids. I did find a 4K video on YouTube over a year ago of a guy doing an early morning walk around of the Sphinx and the pyramids, and much more detail and in-depth tour than I would be able to get as a group going there to walk around. And very few people were there because, like I said, it was early in the morning, and 4K was beautiful video. So that was as good as being there. If you're interested in that sort of stuff, look up that 4K video of the walk around the pyramids of Egypt. It was spectacular. He's done several other videos, but that to me was just absolutely stunning. And he did a walk around, like I said, of the Sphinx, and which I don't know if you're of the group or not that figures the Sphinx has been there for about 13,000 years, not 5,000, but in any case. You know, the birds are flying around, drinking up the water from the puppies' dishes. Another beautiful day in paradise.